we are going to learn how to insert data into SQL Server database using Windows Form .NET. So click on create a new project and select this Windows Form. Note this .NET framework which is the old version. So select this latest version, then click on next, then create. First design the Windows Form. So drag and drop one level and select the level and change its text to name. Now drag and drop one text box. Let's learn some naming convention. So in the name we should type here txt, then name. Tool name should be written in small letter, then the field name. Let's allow this text box to allow only 50 character, then change this max length to 50. Now let's drag and drop one level again and change its text to date of birth. Drag and drop one date time picker to show date, and let's change its name to naming convention, that is DTP, date time picker, then date of birth. If it is new word, then it should be capital. So new word, it should be capital. Now let's shorten this size. So change this format to short so that it looks small in size. Now simply copy this label and a text box and paste it here, and select this label and type here address, and select this text box and change its name to naming convention txt address. Then in the same way, select, copy it and paste. Select this label and change its text to amount, and select this text box and let's change its name to convention, that is txt amount, and shorten this length of this text box. Now drag and drop one button and let's change its text to submit. So we will change its text to submit, SUBMIT. Now change its name with the naming convention BTN, small letter button, small letter tool name button, then submit. Let's create the database. So select the database, right click, new database, and in the database name type here admission, capital D and capital B. This is the naming convention. You should add capital D and B indicating it is the database. Then click on OK. Now expand this database and select this table. Right click, then new, then table to create a new table. And in the column name type here form number and data type to in, and set this form number as primary key. Primary key means unique and not null. Unique means no number has to be duplicate. Not null means something has to be entered. So to prevent duplicacy, we should auto increment this form number. So to do so, let's scroll down and expand this identity specification and set this is identity to yes, so that it will auto increment by one number. If you want the number to start from 100, then simply type here it will start from 100, or if you want to start from 200, then simply type here 200. Since I want it from 1, so I will type here 1. Next column name is name and data type and worker. we are using n worker so that we can insert Chinese, English, Japanese and other language. Next is date of birth, data type date, then address, n worker, number of character here is 100, then amount, decimal, and change this 0 to 2 to take only up to 2 decimal point. We are using amount in decimal for precision of arithmetical calculation like interest. Then Control S, save this table as admission form. Now let's try to connect the database. So select the project, right click, then click on add, then new item, and in the search bar type here JSON. In my case, this JSON file is available. In your case, this file will not be available. I will explain the first one, then later I will explain that one. And change this file name with app settings and hit add. And in this, you have to paste this code. Next scenario will be this JSON file will not be available. The process is same, so I will delete this one, this JSON file, and select the project, right click, then click on add, then new item, and I will click on this C# item, and I will select a plain text. So I will select a plain text, this one, and rename its name with app settings.json. Then click on add. You will show an error, so insert this two bracket, and in here paste this connection string. This is the connection string name. You can change this connection string name if you want. Now let's try the connection string. So view, server explorer, select the data connection, right click, then click on add connection. If you are using SQL Express, then type here /SQL Express and change this encryption to optional and select the database. If you are using IP address, that is your server has an IP address, then simply type the IP address of the server and change the authentication to SQL Server authentication and provide the username and password and select the database. In my case, I am using standard version, so I will click on drop down and select my SQL Server name, and I will provide my database password, that is admin@123, and encryption mode to optional, and I will select my database, then click on test connection, OK, then click on OK, and select this connection string, and I will select this connection string, then I will click on the connection string, Control C, copy and paste it over here, and I will change only this password, the admin@123 with the password of my SQL Server, and I will save it. We are writing this connection string over this JSON file so that we don't need to write this connection string again and again. And if the password of the SQL Server changes, then we can change the password only in this JSON file. Now let's do some setting on the JSON file. Select the JSON file and type F4 and change this build action to content and copy to output to copy if newer. Build action to content means when we get exe, this JSON file will be content, that is, it will be present in the exe file. Copy to output, copy if newer means if anything changes in the JSON file, then the latest JSON file will be copied in the exe. We need to install some packages, so select the project, right click, then click on manage new get packages, and you should have internet, and click on this browse button and type here microsoft.data.sqlclient and select this Microsoft Data.SQL client and click on install and apply, then I accept. In the same way, we have to install Microsoft extension configuration, this one, that is Microsoft extension configuration, and click on install, apply. After this, Microsoft extension configuration.json file, so this one, then click on install, apply, and the last one, that is Microsoft extension configuration file. So this one, Microsoft extension configuration file extension, then click on install, then apply. Green sign indicates that installation is successful. Now let's do the coding part. So double click on this submit button. Now let's add some namespaces. So I will paste here two namespaces. So I will paste the two namespaces. The first one is used for executing SQL command, SQL query, etc. The second one is used for reading configuration file setting in this JSON file. Just after this constructor, I will paste one method. First, let's take a screenshot of this code. This is the first part. Now take the screenshot of this second part. I will explain the meaning one by one of this code. Up to this part, it means that it will configure the JSON file and it will access the JSON file. Now this part means if the JSON file is not available, then it will return false, and this part means that if anything changes in the JSON file, then the newest will be read. Now we will copy the connection string from my connection string name default connection. That is, we will get the connection string from my connection string name default connection. If the connection string is empty, then it will throw an exception connection failure and return connection string. Then it will return connection string. Here private means this method can be used in this class form1. That is, this method can be called here, this can be called here, or any part within this class form1. Now click on the design tab, double click this submit button, and I will paste the code for inserting data into the SQL Server. This is the first part, take a screenshot. Then next, this is the second part, so take a screenshot. I will explain the meaning one by one. I will use two ways to insert data into the SQL Server. First one is the return type. Second one will be the non-return type. So I have used a try so that if anything happens during my execution, then this app will not fail. And I am declaring a new SQL connection and using the method here, and this is the query. So the query is insert into animation form. I will tell this meaning. So click on the Server Explorer. So insert into admission form means insert data in this table admission form, name, date of birth. These are the field or attribute of my table, and output inserted form means I have tell here this is the return type, means it will return a value. Means just after inserting this value, name, date of birth, address, amount, and it will display the field name. That is, it will extract output, means it will extract the value inserted, that is form number, that is it will extract the form number from the inserted value of this data. That is it will extract the value inserted in this form number. That is output inserted dot form number, means it will extract the number inserted in this form number, and the values will be taken from this parameter @name @date of birth. Means @name means this is the parameter and this is the parameter, and this value will taken from the text box txt name, and date of birth will taken from this data picker value that and address will be taken from this txt address, and amount will be taken from the txt amount. This query type is called parameterized. We are using this parameterized query so that we prevent SQL injection. SQL injection means if someone writes something in this text box, if he write drop table, then your table will be gone. All data present in your table will be gone. So to prevent such thing, we are using parameterized SQL query. So as far as possible, use parameterized SQL query. Now we will execute execute scalar. Execute scalar means it will be a return type, means it will display the number inserted in this form number. That is, if the number inserted in this form number will be extracted. Execute scalar means it will extract value, that is it will extract number insert in this form number. So I am declaring in inserted form, and that number is taken from this execute scalar, and I am closing my connection, and I am displaying the inserted that extracted form number to this label form number. It is showing an error because I have not added this label form number. So let's add. Click on design tab, then from the toolbox drag and drop one label and select this label and change its ID to LBL form number, and let's double click on this submit button. The error will be gone. If it is successful, it will say record inserted successful. If any error occur, that error will be displayed here. Now let's run the project and see whether it works or not. So type something here, that is Tom, New York, then amount, then click on submit. So it works. So it displays the form number. I will paste another code, that is non-query SQL query code. Now let's write the second code. So double click on this submit button and let's make this one commented. So I will paste the code here, and you just simply take a screenshot of this code. This is the first part and this is the first part, so take a screenshot. Everything is same. We have removed output 1, and in this we have changed this execute non-query, means it will execute SQL query. That is it will not return any return type. It will not return any value. So let's run the project and see whether it works or not. So type something here, James, New York, then amount, then click on submit. So it works.